Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be covering the different types of media elements available on a form. Now, most of these elements will work in the web and the mobile devices on iOS and Android, but there is some exceptions, and I'm going to be calling them out as we go. And the first place we're going to start is actually in this plus button here on the left hand side of the canvas. You might not be fully aware that this is here, but this is a way to add typically styling type things such as pages, page breaks, line breaks, text, URL links, tables, more layout based stuff. There is also media elements such as a YouTube video embed and an image embed. You can also pull from your Google Drive, your Dropbox and your OneDrive. So as soon as you've connected one of those to your account, the availability will be there to do that. Now first of all, I'm going to try and embed an image, and I've got one here that I prepared earlier called a PPP, so showing kind of safety equipment that a worker might wear. So this is quite typical of the types of things that would get embedded in a form. Now this image itself is quite big, and so I can grab it on the left hand side and I can reduce the size of it like so. Now you can also enable drawing over these images simply by making sure the element is selected and then clicking here, drawing allowed, and then that allows you to actually annotate or draw over the top of the image. Probably not appropriate in this example, but if it was like showing vehicle damage or something like that, or you could draw over the top of an embedded image. That option is also available on the take a picture button, so you could enable drawing on a take a picture button. So I'm going to do that on this example. With the take a picture button, you can take up to 10 images on one button, and you can set how many pictures you're allowing that person to take. And like I said, you can enable drawing. What will happen is the pictures themselves will just stack up underneath. So if I just publish my change quickly, then we can actually look at what it's going to look like on a tablet or on a phone. So in this example, let's have a look at it on a tablet. There's our picture button, and this is showing the web rendering. So obviously on an iOS device, Android device, it's going to open up the calendar options, but in this example it's going to show you some of my folder structure. So there you go, you can see the image uploading and showing a preview there of it, exactly the same as on iOS and Android. And then you can see I've got the drawing button there as well, and the trash can button, and you can see how many pictures I have left that I can take. So on the drawing option in the web and on the mobile device, there's some great options in there to sketch, change the color of your pen, and also add some sort of preloaded iconography as well. So I'm going to remove that one for now. Next is taking a video. So you can take videos and you can upload videos on your PC or through a web link. What's cool about the take a video button and the take audio button is that actually on our iOS and Android apps, you have a slight level of editing ability. So you can trim the clip and just find the bit that's appropriate that you want. So they work very similar to the take a picture button, but have a few more editing functionalities available. Next on our list is a document upload button. Now this is different, it behaves differently to the take a picture button, because instead of opening up your image gallery, we're going to ask for folder access. So most modern iOS and Android devices now have their own folder structure, and so we access that over the image gallery, because that is where people are saving their PDF documents or their Word documents to upload. And this document upload option accepts other image types, where you might find the take a picture button isn't accepting some obscure image formats. Next on our list is a subform. Subforms can be very, very powerful. What subform allows you to do is ask the same question or same set of questions over and over again. So a good example of this might be that you are entering a property and you're recording damage within a property. Now you don't know if there's going to be one piece of damage or thousands of pieces of damage. And if you're recording a piece of damage, you might want to take a picture, you might want to measure it, you might want to put a prescribed way of fixing that damage. So multiple questions within that. So what we can do is we can actually change the name on here if we wanted to sort of indicate what we want someone to do when they press this button, and when they press it, it will actually open an entire form overlaid. And this is our editing mode here, so we can see we can describe the items. So you could write here describe damage, and you can also change the sort of prompting text as well. And then what you can do is you can drag whatever fields you want straight into this additional canvas. So you can add any field. The only thing that doesn't work in here is tables, and that's because there would be too much complex nesting for data on top of data. But apart from that, you can put every single field and text element inside here in the subform, and then when we press done, you can see it's nested inside there. Let's just save this change real quick, and then let's have a look at how that looks, for example, on a phone. There we go, there's our subform, then there's the description. And there is our take an image button nested inside. Then as soon as we've made all the changes we want, you can see the different options appear, very much like the media button before, the take a picture button, where it stacks up underneath. Then going down, continue to go down the media list, we have some very cool elements here: QR code, barcode, and OCR. I'll just put all of those on the page at the same time. So barcodes is exactly what it sounds like. You can scan a barcode. That will actually work in web, and it will work in the mobile apps, as will QR code. And we've done a lot of work on that in the iOS and Android devices to scan very, very quickly and very accurately. In the web, it works slightly different. It almost takes an image and then processes it in the browser, but still absolutely works in all the web technology as well. And we find that some people tie these to the data search field, which we pick up in other videos, where you can actually scan a barcode and then pull back data about an asset or about a location in a facility. Then lastly, it's OCR button, which means optical character recognition. And so this one only does work in the apps currently. And what it allows you to do is press this button and then hover it over a piece of text or a number plate or a VIN number, and it will actually read that text and ingest it in. It will read whatever you want. We do actually offer custom templating options for OCR as well, and that is, you can find out more about that by contacting us at admin@buildarray.com. So let's remove those real quick, and let's just cover our last few. So we have a thermometer button. Now this is a Bluetooth connectivity option. Currently we only support the 2 brands of thermometer. We do plan to add more Bluetooth devices in the future, but right now we support the Emerson Bluetooth thermometer, and we also support the Testo Bluetooth thermometer. And by adding this button, you then have the ability to connect the Bluetooth device to your handset, iOS and Android, and capture the temperature that the device reads and feed it straight into here. Next on our list is the GPS button. So whenever you do a submission, you probably know this by now, but we already collect GPS location, latitude and longitude on a submission. But what this button allows you to do is actually collect the GPS location within the form. So the value of that is that you might have this in a subform and you want to grab the location of every single spot rather than where they happen to be when they submitted the form. But let's have a little look at this quickly on a tablet to show you. Again, another option that works in iOS and Android. Of course, it will request people's access to their location data, but as long as they've done that, we can grab the GPS location and capture right there. Then our last couple of options actually live together. So we have a product, what we call a product box, and a product total. There you go. It's just warning us that we can only have one product total at a time, because you can only have one product totaling products on a page. But we have one product box here, and we can add as many of these as we like. And these are designed to sort of just be pre-made little kind of calculation boxes almost, where you can add an image, a product description, and product name, and then assign the quantity. And if you can see by when we click on them, we can decide to remove the photo and make other calibration changes to it, including adding a numerical value to it and how many can be selected in quantity. So these could be used for selling things, and these will work in web and mobile as well, or it could just be a way of kind of doing a stock count of some kind and adding things up. And what the total does is the total can feed from product boxes, as we've got here, or it can actually have a fixed amount, because it can also tie to a Stripe integration, so you can take money. So these can all add up and you can take the relevant amount of money. But in this example, you'd have the product total pulling from these product boxes, and that's how they can sort of live together. So that concludes all of the media options that we have on the form builder today. Tune in for more of these videos to find out about how you can use Array to really powerfully transform your field team and your automation needs. Thank you.